Hi.
Hi.
Okay, somebody.
Hi.
Okay, let's do that again. We all
Okay.
say hi, and then you introduce us, saying this is the second podcast.
Okay,
So
sorry,
we don't
I forgot
just
about
say
that.
hi and then just shut
Right.
up.
Okay, sorry. So, hi.
Okay, no, wait.
Hello. Sorry.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Hi, guys. I am Lily again, and I am here with Jeff,
Hello.
Andrew,
Hey.
and Marvin.
Hiya.
And we also have with us today Dr. Chandra.
Hi.
Well, obviously, guys, you're going to have to pitch in because I was speaking for 90% of the time last time. So,
Okay, we've just been talking about, well, trying to decide on what we would be talking about in this podcast. And we were just asking Dr. Chandra about what his views were about this. And he was talking about meditation and the mind. So
Yep.
if you just want to go with that again.
yeah, actually, before he does that, Jeff, do you think Dr. Chandra should probably introduce himself? Because I don't think
Yeah,
many of our
definitely,
listeners
definitely.
probably know. Okay, Dr. Chandra, do you want to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, why not? Why not? I have always liked CIS. I founded it very casually some 8, 10 years ago. And it's so nice to see young people taking it over. The idea of CIS in my mind at that point of time was to bring in spiritual science, a fusion of spirituality and scientific approach. That's why I called it inner sciences. So that's what was the picture about 8 to 10 years ago. And today we seem to have made good progress. And let's talk how we move ahead with it.
Yeah.
All right, great. I just want to come back to Dr. Chandra and what we were discussing with him before we began. I think he had a couple of points about meditation and, the mind, etc. So just briefly go with that if you will.
Yeah, it's all in our mind. My mind makes what I am, my personality as a whole, a good man or a bad man. It all comes from my mind. And that's what CIS wants to look at it probably. Can we take control over our own mind? Am I something more than my mind? In Vedic philosophy, sometimes mind is looked at as if I am the emperor of the whole system. My mind is my prime minister. Or in the modern terminology, if I am the chief executive of this whole organization, it is my personal secretary. Very close to me, is working with me every moment, assisting me in everything I am doing, and that's what my mind is. The tragedy is, or that's the human life,
tragedy.
we have to study the human mind
tragedy.
with our mind, isn't it? That's we have no other go.
All right, that's cool.
It's quite interesting, though, because you're saying the emperor or the prime minister.
Or
We
the
just-
secretary.
Or the secretary. Okay, so many things about the mind. So you're giving these terminologies. We're just curious as to, first of all, just backtracking a little bit. What do you do with CIS? You founded CIS, but what do you do right now?
Well, I thought meditation is a good vehicle, trying to let people know that they can take control over their mind in their day-to-day life. And if mind is like my personal secretary, of course it's in modern life, a lot of multitasking and all. So we delegate a lot of functions to our mind. But then we should not forget that finally we have the authority over the mind. We should not let my mind determine my course of my life. I should take all the crucial decisions with the help of my mind. Finally, I determining where do I want to go. So when we are sitting for meditation, we are basically calming down our mind. And as we practice that more, we take some authority over our mind. And that gives us good confidence because finally, at the end of the day, anything you do is with your application of your mind. So as you take good control over your mind. So meditation, you are going to apply your mind. You will have better concentration, whatever you do. So that kind of a thing, you gain the power, control over your mind. That's a good byproduct advantage from meditation.
Okay, so, well, if we all keep that in mind,
Yeah.
if we all keep that in mind and talk about the mind briefly, that would be fantastic, guys. So, one by one, Andrew, why do you think it's important to control your mind, and how do you think you can do it?
I think meditation is one way to do it. Yeah. I think it's important to control your mind because probably to stay more in focus. So, for example, if you're studying for exams or anything, you wouldn't let your mind go to different places. That's one reason.
Great. Now, Jeff, your turn.
Yep. I think it's important to control the mind because it affects pretty much everything you do. And doing it through meditation is useful because it doesn't require anything. As long as you're there and you can sit down in a quiet place, you can get on with it.
So what do you do? Why do you want to use your mind control technique? Why? Is it for working out or what? Do you use it for working out? Because you're the health expert, aren't you?
Well, certainly attaining a greater centre of focus would be useful for any sort of physical activity. A lot of the movements will be both neural as well as physical. And so anything that can keep out your troubles of your day and just make you focus on what you're doing will increase your physical power, yeah.
Does it help with endurance?
Yeah, definitely. Not just through physical means, but just from making someone finish a long run. It can obviously be very difficult by the end. Just keeping focused on your goal will be very, very useful in endurance.
Are you saying that by experience, or are you saying that by the book?
Bit of both.
Okay. All right. It's your turn, Marvin.
I just wanted to add one more point. I mean,
Okay.
along with meditation, I think it's also important to stay healthy and have good sleep
Yep.
and make sure you're not stressing enough. And yeah, just enjoy what you do. So that's it.
But why would you use that for your mind control? You just said a lot of things. That's great, but why would you use that?
Use what?
Your mind and the control of the mind.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, not to stress enough so that I can enjoy what I do.
Like looking up sciencey stuff.
Yeah, and my job. Yeah.
Okay. Should I say something? Because nobody's asking me anything.
Yes, please.
All right.
Lily, what do you think
What do I think about what?
about the mind?
Okay. Mind is a fascinating thing. I think it has to be controlled because you can be fickle-minded sometimes and it can take you places. I heard a story and someone said the fastest means of transport is mind, apparently, because you can just go from one place to another like in a millisecond, which is great, although it's not really going anywhere. So I think controlling it would be good sometimes because otherwise you'll just get tired traveling so much. But anyway, apart from that, yes, I think meditation is fantastic, and we should continue talking about mind and meditation with our further podcasts. We don't want to elongate this anymore. We've really enjoyed having Dr. Chandra today.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it very much being here.
And we enjoyed having you too, Dr. Chandra.
Very much so.
Yep.
And next time, probably you can tell us what you do in terms of your research as well. Because today we were talking about your mind and mind techniques and meditation and how to control your mind. So tomorrow, perhaps when we record the next podcast, we can think about going into other things, other aspects of your research.
Definitely.
Has anyone got anything to say?
Nope, I think that's about it. So get in touch if you want to, and stay tuned for more.
We would love to hear from you. And yes, thank you for sharing things on Facebook. We're loving it. We've had a lot of positive feedback coming in. Keep that going. Keep telling people about CIS. We just want to spread the good message.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope you have a good week. Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye.